Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about what we are doing in Paris. As I said before, and we had the opportunity to talk some months ago. Um, in Paris, we are a very intensive activity. We we have very intense activity. So we decided that it could be a good idea to base the legal form of Civicwise in Paris. So we are working on it, and as we have finished with this legal work, we can use it for any formal document as hosting and other stuff. What is also very important and very interesting right now is the beginning of the meetups event. So right now in Paris is going on the first meetup event in Volume, which is our base in Paris, and Volume is a co-working space. And it's not just that, Volume is very engaged with Civicwise, and actually there is this good connection between Paris Civicwise Circle and this co-working space Volume. So the way we are organizing these meetups in Paris is divided in two different moments. So we have previous moment at the beginning of the afternoon where we work and we talk with local stakeholders and associations and neighbors and other agents working on participative urbanism in the area. In our case, in Paris, is the neighborhood called 19e, is near Belleville, is okay, it's almost peripheral area and with a lot of things to improve, and with different stakeholders already working on this kind of improvement, urban improvement. So the idea is to have a sort of workshop with all of them, so 2 or 3 hours, try to develop together a project. In this case, in Paris, the project is the recuperation of an old school building, which is now void, so it's abandoned. And so the idea is to reuse this building and try to get him the center of a lot of dynamics and vibrant activity for the neighborhood. So this is very interesting because we have an ambitious project ahead to develop, and this is the good excuse to improve our connection with the local stakeholders. So this is maybe the most important things we are doing in Paris, but there is also Francesco. Hello, Francesco. So this is hello, Francesco. I think this is good news also for you because I know you are also working on this reusing activity for this big building. So
yeah, I was listening to what you were saying. Very interesting.
Yeah. So it's, I think it's a good thing because we can share experiences, knowledge, etc., which is the yeah the core spirit of Civicwise. So this is what we are doing in Paris, and in terms of global organization, is it's important now the work we have to do to explain the job we did during the summer and just before during the summer, trying with this final definition of our governance, our values. So now Jonathan is working on a graphic brief of all of uh, this information, and I think in the next weeks we really need to start to communicate what we did, and we need to recover our website, and with that we can also start to open toward new members, because I have also other uh, uh, good news. As you know, I was in Medellin, and I, I, I took part in this global meeting called Cities for Life, promoted by the Medellin Council, and they are creating a sort of international network to improve collaboration between cities around the world. And actually, at the meeting, we had, I think, more than 60 mayors, and almost most of them by America, and some city from Europe, Asia. I think this is more or less maybe someone from Africa. So what is interesting with that is that the organizers are interested in collaborate with Civicwise. So I had a whole day talking with them, working with them to trying to shape how we can get real this partnership between Cities for Life platform and Civicwise. So to be more clear, they organized this event in Medellin, but this event actually is the launching event for a new platform called Cities for Life, and this platform actually is a database of best practices in urban development around the world. So anyone can post in this platform some kind of urban project. So far, the approach is more, let's say, formal. What I mean is, the idea is that councils can publish this project directly on this platform. So there is not this prosumer approach, this citizens approach. So this civic engagement project that we are more interested in. So now what I mean with that is that we can work with them, actually giving more connection with citizens and citizens' activities and projects. So tomorrow I will have a new meeting with them, and I will try to figure it out what kind of partnership we can develop. But it's very interesting that we can have this connection with this huge project, which has the UN and Inter-American Bank behind. So it's so United Nations and Inter-American Bank behind the project, and a lot of cities already engaged. And what is really interesting and is very lucky for us is that the next year this event will be in Paris. So this year was in Medellin, and next year will be in Paris. So as Civicwise, as the global center in Paris, I think this is a good opportunity to improve collaboration with them. And it's one of the reasons that now they are really interested, I think, to collaborate with us. So this is the good news. And the other good news is that taking advantage of my visit in Medellin, I was talking with an important university of Colombia, which is called EAFIT, and I have a personal good connection with them. I already worked I have already worked with them, and there is also the interest to create a sort of partnership between this university, especially. I mean, it's not the university; it's the urban department. It's a research department working on urban development. And this urban research center is interested in a sort of partnership with us. So I think this could be very good for Civicwise, starting to have formal partnership with universities, with cities, events, etc. So related with that, there is a personal project called, you already know, is Diseño Cívico, or Civic Design. It's an online course, and so far I developed this project.
I'm in a business.
Hello?
Hello? Did you get the algorithms?
Who are you?
I have the algorithms. Did you get them?
I don't
He's
know.
gone.
No. I get it out.
Okay.
Okay, so what I was saying. Yeah, this online course project. So my idea is actually that this project could be a Civicwise project. So it's clearly connected, and so could be a Civicwise project. But I was waiting for the formal publication of the governance, because we have to clarify that any Civicwiser or a civic connector could promote projects and connect this project directly with the Civicwise. So now we know that we can do that, and we have to communicate that, and um, we have to start with this previous phase with candidatures. So, for instance, if I want to be a Civicwiser, I have to declare publicly that I want to be a Civicwiser. And after that, I can start to act as a Civicwiser. So I am saying that now, especially because there is a good connection also with this online course, is opening a lot of new doors because people like this project. And for instance, I will be in Barcelona next month, taking part of this M3 festival. Sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Sí, in Barcelona. So there I will be developing a civic design workshop, and there is also the opportunity to work with a real civic space. So this is as well an important new focus of we want to do with Civicwise. I think we had the opportunity to talk about that, this idea of civic points, and so as we want to promote civic points, this online course is an opportunity to explain what is the civic point and also to work on it. Actually, all the students participating in the course, they have to work on it. So they have to research and explain what a civic point is. And
like a hot club. Am I correct?
Sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Continue.
Well, okay.
So what the students do exactly during the course?
So the students learn about civic design, and the practical exercise they have to do is to think about what is a civic point, and actually how we can really implement a civic point. So as some of them are the owner of, for instance, co-working spaces, or some of them are already engaged on citizens garden or this kind of spaces. There is the opportunity that they start to be, directly apply what we are proposing as civic points. So it's the opportunity to be.
Are you talking, excuse me, Domenico, are you talking about Barcelona or are you talking about the course design?
It's both of them. See, I mixed both of them, but yeah, the idea is that the course online is oriented on this kind of research, and at the same time, so this is online, so people work online, and they can search for local approach, local people to work together and try to get real this idea of civic point. But as well as I am already working on it, so I will be in Chile, and after that I will be in Barcelona, and with physical workshop. So in these workshops, I will work with students and any kind of citizens about the same subject. So create civic points. And the idea is that this is useful for Civicwise because we are promoting this idea of a civic points network. I don't know if it's clear, more or less.
No, to me it's clear.
I think, do we need this to put all this information in a newsletter for September?
Yeah. We have to. Yeah. We have to, but
let's say, are you waiting, or you don't have time? You need help? Are you waiting for the right moment to send the newsletter? I don't know.
Sorry, this info were already in that blog post. So if we can get in the back end the text, I don't know if I saved this somewhere. Maybe somewhere in Drive, the edited text. Otherwise, I think from WordPress, from the blog, we'll be able to just copy it, and then we can either put it in a newsletter or on Slack or wherever. But the text is already there, so yeah, it's good news. So we don't have to do it again.
Yeah, we are also waiting for these graphics from Jonathan.
Graphics for the website?
Yeah, so we have to communicate a lot of things, and the first is communicate our governance and values. This information we worked this summer. Yeah.
Because I tell you one thing that happens to me because trying to explain what Civicwise to people who don't use terms or don't use tools like we do in Civicwise. It's very difficult because there are still some words we use that we are building the meaning of these words, you know, like civic design or civic innovation. It's something always getting bigger or getting transforming, you know, and with more things in it, and so it's very difficult. If you say that there is some graphic coming, maybe it would be helpful, because for me right here it's been a problem trying to explain also with people who collaborate with me some concepts, some ideas, the civic commitments, the roles or the values are we have behind a big discussion, and it's very difficult to explain in a few moments and to catch the attention, and to catch the audience, you know. But when you are trying to sell a project, I mean sell in a good way, you have to be fast and be direct and go to the point and try to make a leverage in the interest of the other persons. I'm telling you this because we are approaching the administration here in my city, Verona, to present our project, and so talking to these people, it's very difficult because they don't even know that there is something similar to Civicwise or something you know, behind a collective action or a collective an active citizen. It's always seemed like a group of people wants to do something, but they don't have it clear. Instead, we have very clear ideas, and so it's very for us here, for me here, it's been a little trouble. We are managing, we are getting out, but we have to, I don't know how to say in English, but we have to put it very, very specifically and discuss many times to make people understand something. Some things that for us is very basic. So if this is coming, it's very good. It will be very good.
Yes, of course, we have to do that, and step by step we can have this better presentation, I think. Maybe we will need the rest of the year. I mean, this next month we can finish this presentation organization. We can have a clear website, and we can start with the association, and we can legal form, and we can start with this new membership campaign. Because so far we didn't do that because we didn't feel ready for that. So I think in 2 months, three maximum, we can start with this, with this spreading and promotion phase.
If I can ask one thing that is not very clear to me, because in this month we didn't have much Hangout. I was away, so I read some documents that are on the drive, but I didn't really get how is the candidate, the system of candidates to being civic member. I mean, who votes? How is the quote? I didn't really get through the documents because it's also something to, because sometimes I get to explain what Civicwise, and then they say, okay, how it works internally, how one can get to a level or to another, to a role or another. And the only thing I didn't really get was the one of the candidates, how it works, you know.
There is any voluntary to explain?
No, in a brief thing, because we can lose all the hangout talking about this, just because we were talking about it.
I don't understand exactly the question. Can you?
I mean, how it works
in italiano, me lo dici in italiano nel frattempo.
Quando ti candidi per fare il civic member, come funzionano le elezioni, le cose, chi votate, eccetera?
With using the form. Is this what you want to know? How I can enter in the community?
No, I can. No. Ah, see, yeah, but the evaluation. I mean, the election, not election.
I think there is a misunderstanding. There is no election. When we say candidates, we are just meaning a sort of standby period. What I mean is, when you are in a candidate status, you are in a candidate status. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, I understand that. But then how do you get to? How is the feedback? You get feedbacks, right?
At the end of 6 months, you just have to write down a report, and after that you are a Civicwiser or Civic Connector.
Okay, so no, I can't really understood that. Now it's clear. Okay, totally clear because it wasn't.
So there is no one that can say yes to you. You are automatically included on Civicwise community, but you can have someone that can say no. This is the idea. So there is no hierarchical system, so there is not an organization that accepts you inside within Civicwise community, but any Civicwise member, any member of the community can say no. I think what you are writing down, what you wrote down in your report is not true. So
Okay, so it's a negative feedback. Okay, it's good. No, I understand. It fits. Okay, but that was the only part I didn't really get to all the feedback. Well, that's very what you were saying before about Barcelona and about the mostly Paris. It's very interesting because here in Verona, we are trying to do the same thing, and we are going to send out the project soon. I only talked to Domenico and to Savario a few days ago. We met in Rome, so we had a chance to meet and explain a little bit. We have this big area, and now what we are doing is to trying to collaborate with the University of Venice and put this collaboration for the outside gardens of this place, because this place is on sale. It's a big military area, dismissed and abandoned. It's for sale, but the gardens are public and still people crossing and lot of life inside. So what we are doing is to try to collaborate with the university and propose this collaboration to the administration for the gardens first, and it's the first step of a big rehabilitation of all the site. And that's what Civicwise is doing. So that's what I meant to bring inside the community when I got in, because I think it totally fits, because it's being between the two institutions, the municipality and university, and trying to do that. So I will follow with very interest your work in Paris, because it's very close, I think.
good.
No, and I hope so also I wrote you an email, because I hope also we can trying to present Civicwise also with a Skype call or something, a conference or what, very soon. Because here we have the Architects Association who gave us good feedback about this, and they are going to support us. I mean, in the um, bringing people and sending and trying to communicate this conference if we do it. And so I like to figure out how we can do with with someone of the community. I mean, with you, Domenico, or with, it could be also a big chat with many people. I think it's not important that there is only one, and maybe if we are more online and having a chat, it's even gives more the idea of what is the community. I don't know.
I think it's a good idea. So let's talk to program. Maybe a chat would be great. So we can think some date in the next weeks or month, and all the Italian speakers can take part on it. No?
That would be good. That would be good.
Let's make a calendar. make it public, so it's easy to share.
See, actually, in 10 minutes, 15 minutes I have to go, so maybe we'll be
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to go now.
Okay.
But it sounds really great. I think with the work in Paris and the work that Francesco is doing, maybe also the one that you, Saverio, are doing, there could be two kind of big like hubs of activity that we can concentrate on and then start to get the ball rolling. I think that sounds good.
Yeah.
So just very quickly, in terms of the next steps, are we gonna now do the Hangout weekly again, or?
I think better if we can weekly is not maybe a good idea because we are not. But we now we can prepare a calendar. Maybe in a 2 or 3 weeks we can have the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be great if we could stick to Wednesday because I think that's good since we. But then do it, with less frequency than a week every week.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we now going to still use Slack and Discourse, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Right. So I'm looking forward to the calendar and what you might discuss later. But thanks a lot. It was lovely to catch up. See you next time then.
See you. Bye.
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 Ciao.
So just the last. So we use Slack to build this calendar.
Maybe we can try to think at least the next Hangout. When you think it would be great to have the next Hangout?
I don't know. For me, we can do it. I don't know. Just we can work probably for the next week to launch the newsletter within the calendars. So to give news, to publish the news, the new events coming, without the public hangouts if we don't need it.
Well,
just to fix the calendar. Not live, you mean just the team who wants to join and build the calendar?
Repeat the sound.
You mean just an hangout, just to meet between? And
yeah. Let's say just a quick meeting to say, okay, we have 10 meetings to September, October, November. This is our next steps. What we want to put in a newsletter.
So on the 30th, Wednesday 30th.
Yeah, why not?
For me it's good.
Wednesday.
For me it's good.
Yeah, for me too.
No.
For you?
I suggest something. Maybe we can stop the streaming.
Yeah.
So I stop the streaming. See you soon.
See you soon.
And we can work better. Okay.